Namaste, Dandavat Pranam, by the
Namaste.
instruction and grace of our spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, we are here reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're also paying our humble Dandavat Pranam to Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada for providing us this commentary and translation of Bhagavatam. Following the guidance of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, we are praying to Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati told us that unless we can understand something about Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī through our study of Bhagavatam, then the reading has been pointless. Yadi sevā-vañcitāḥ yasyāḥ kṛpayā vayaṃ labhema sarvaṃ prāpnumaḥ prayojanaṃ dhāmni śrī-bhagavat pade Kṛṣṇa-sambandhi sarvaṃ Yadi na jānīmahe tutam Aṣṭādaśasu sahasreṣu ślokānāṃ bhāgavat-oktiṣu Rādhārānīṃ na vindāmaḥ tadā niṣphalaṃ bhāgavat yayinam radhikaya kripam vina vyartasyat sarva-pariśramaḥ. If we are cheated out of serving that personality whose mercy awards us everything we need, including residence in the Lord's holy dham and all things connected to Krishna, and if we cannot understand or discover Rādhārānīṃ within the 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, then our study of Srimad Bhagavatam has been pointless. Without the mercy of Śrīmatī Rādhārāṇī, all of our efforts are in vain. Hare Krishna. So we are continuing our reading today. From Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 16. Ataiva sulalita Gati vilasya vilasita Ruchira hasa lesha valuka lilaya Kinchid utambita Sundarabru Mandala shubhaga Vadanaravinda Shriyaramam Ramayan Indriyani Ramayate. In Ketumala Varsha, Lord Kamadev, or Pradyumna, moves very graciously. His mild smile is very beautiful, and when he increases the beauty of his face by slightly raising his eyebrows and glancing playfully, he pleases the goddess of fortune. Thus he enjoys his transcendental senses. 17. Tad bhagavato mayamayam rupam paramasamadhi yogena rama devi samvatsarasya ratrishu prajapatir duhitribir upetahashu chatad bartribir upashate idam choda harati. Accompanied during the daytime by the sons of Prajapati, the predominating deities of the days, and accompanied at night by his daughters, the deities of the nights, Lakshmi Devi worships the Lord during the period known as Samvatsara, in his most merciful form as Kamadev. Fully absorbed in devotional service, she chants the following mantras. Purport. The word mayamayam used in this verse should not be understood according to the interpretations of the Mayavadis. Maya means affection as well as illusion. When a mother deals with her child affectionately, she is called Maya. In whatever form the Supreme Lord appears, In whatever form the Supreme Lord Vishnu appears, he is always affectionate toward his devotees. Thus the word vayaṃ is used here to mean very affectionate toward the devotees. Srila Jiva Goswami writes in this regard that vayaṃ can also mean kṛpayā, deeply merciful. Similarly, Srila Viraragava says, Maya prachuranatmiya shankalpena parigrihitam ityartha gyana paryayotra maya shabdaha. When one is very affectionate due to an intimate relationship, one is described as Maya. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur explains Maya by dividing it into the words Maya and Amayam. He explains these words to indicate that because the living entity is covered by the disease of illusion, the Lord is always eager to deliver his devotee from the clutches of Maya and cure him of the disease caused by the illusory energy. It's interesting because the word matter, right, and like the English word matter, which basically means like Maya. Matter means to not perceive spirit. You think it's just dull, inert matter, isolated, right? But matter comes from the word, actually comes from the same etymological origin as the word mother. The word mater, M-A-T-E-R, maybe it's Latin, I think. So it means, matter also means to nurture. So when we talk about the relationship between life and matter, right, although the mistake of the scientists is reducing life to matter, we can't overlook the fact that matter is there to nurture life. Matter is there facilitating life's appearance in the world, right? The material body is what's facilitating life to operate in this material world. It allows spirit to be embodied in this world. So in that way, matter is like mother. It's nurturing the experience. It's helping to facilitate that. So here it's saying Maya also means affection as well as illusion. So there's always a wider vision, right? When we're not Krishna conscious, when we're not seeing the totality of the whole and our experience and activities within that context, that's illusion. But when we are seeing it within that context, then everything that's happening around us is affectionate.
Okay.
Even material circumstances are lessons helping us learn about ourselves and what we have to still correct in ourselves and how we can become better versions of ourselves in order to move in deeper relationship with the whole, with
Okay. Nice.
In that way. But if we don't have that vision and we're taking everything in a self-centered way, it's just for us, and that is the fundamental principle of reality, our own personal experience and how everything affects us, period, that's illusion. That's not affectionate for anybody. Especially not ourselves. Text 18. Om Hram Hrim Hrum Om Namo Bhagavate Rishikeshaya Sarvaguna Visheshaya vilakshitatmane akutinam chitinam chetasam visheshanam chadhi pataye sodasa kalaya chando mayayana mayayamrita mayaya sarva mayaya sahase ojase balaya kantaya kamaya namas te ubhayatra bhuyat. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Rishikesh, the controller of all my senses and the origin of everything, as the Supreme Master of all bodily, mental, and intellectual activities. He is the only enjoyer of their results. The 5 sense objects and 11 senses, including the mind, are his partial manifestations. He supplies all the necessities of life, which are his energy, and thus non-different from him, and he is the cause of everyone's bodily and mental prowess, which is also non-different from him. Indeed, he is the husband and provider of necessities for all living entities. The purpose of all the Vedas is to worship him. Therefore, let us all offer him our respectful obeisances. May he always be favorable toward us in this life and the next. Wow, that's a beautiful prayer. Purport. In this verse, the word Maya is further explained in regard to how the Lord expands his mercy in different ways. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate. The energies of the Supreme Lord are understood in different ways. In this verse, he is described as the original source of everything. Even our body, senses, mind, activities, prowess, bodily strength, mental strength, and determination, ham apsu kantaya, the taste of water, is also Krishna. Oh, I missed a line there, sorry. In this verse, he is described as the original source of everything. Even our body, senses, mind, activities, prowess, bodily strength, mental strength, and determination for securing the necessities of life. Indeed, the Lord's energies can be perceived in everything. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 7.8, Raso ham apsu kauntaya, the taste of water is also Krishna. Krishna is the active principle of everything we need for our maintenance. This verse offering respectful obeisances unto the Lord was composed by Rama. The goddess Rama was composed by Rama. Whenever there's a line over a vowel, it gets emphasized. So, this verse offering respectful obeisances unto the Lord was composed by Rama, the goddess of fortune, and is full of spiritual power. Under the guidance of his spiritual master, everyone should chant this mantra and thus become a complete and perfect devotee of the Lord. One may chant this mantra for complete liberation from all material bondage, and after liberation, one may continue to chant it while worshipping the Supreme Lord in Vaikuntha Loka. All mantras, of course, are meant for this life and the next life, as Krishna himself confirms in Bhagavad Gita 9.14. Satatam kirtana yanto mam yatantascha dridhavrata namasyantascha mam bhaktya nitya yukta upashate. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, the great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. A devotee who both in this life and the next chants the Maha Mantra or any mantra is called Nitya Yukto Pashaka. Text 19. Shriyovartaistva Rishikeshvaram Svato Hyaradhyaloke Patim Ashashatenyam Tashamnate Vai Paripantyapatyam Priyam Danayum Siyato Svatantra. My dear Lord, you are certainly the fully independent master of all the senses. Therefore, all women who worship you by strictly observing vows because they wish to acquire a husband to satisfy their senses are surely under illusion. They do not know that such a husband cannot actually give protection to them or their children, nor can he protect their wealth or duration of life, for he himself is dependent on time, fruitive results, and the modes of nature, which are all subordinate to you. In this verse, Lakshmi Devi, Rama, shows compassion toward women who worship the Lord for the benediction of possessing a good husband. Although such women desire to be happy with children, wealth, and a long duration of life, and everything dear to them, they cannot possibly do so. In the material world, the so-called husband is dependent on the control of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are many examples of a woman whose husband, being dependent on the results of his own fruitive actions, cannot maintain his wife, her children, her wealth, or her duration of life. Therefore, factually, the only real husband of all women is Krishna, the Supreme Husband. Because the gopis were liberated souls, they understood this fact. Therefore, they rejected their material husbands and accepted Krishna as their real husband. Krishna is the real husband not only of the gopis, but of every living entity. Everyone should perfectly understand that Krishna is the real husband of all living entities who are described in Bhagavad Gita as Prakriti, female, not Purusha, male. In Bhagavad Gita 10.12, only Krishna is addressed as Purusha. Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Param Brahma Param Dhamma Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Purusham Shasvatam Divyam Adi Devam Majam Vibhum. You are the Supreme Brahman, the ultimate, the supreme abode, and the purifier, the absolute truth, and the eternal divine person. You are the primal God, transcendental and original, and you are the unborn and all-pervading beauty. Krishna is the original Purusha, and the living entities are Prakriti. Thus, Krishna is the enjoyer, and all living entities are meant to be enjoyed by him. Therefore, any woman who seeks a material husband for her protection, or any man who desires to become the husband of a woman, is under illusion. To become a husband means to maintain a wife and children nicely by supplying wealth and security. However, a material husband cannot possibly do this, for he is dependent on his karma. Karmana daiva netrena. His circumstances are determined by his past fruitive activities. Therefore, if one proudly thinks he can protect his wife, he is under illusion. Krishna is the only husband, and therefore the relationship between a husband and wife in this material world cannot be absolute. Because we have the desire to marry, Krishna mercifully allows the so-called husband to possess a wife and the wife to possess a so-called husband for mutual satisfaction. In the Ishopanishad it is said, tena chaktena bhunjita. The Lord provides everyone with his quota. Actually, however, every living entity is prakriti, or female, and Krishna is the only husband. Ekale ishvara Krishna. Oh, this is Chaitanya. Ekale ishvara Krishna arashabha britya yare yaiche nachaya setaiche kare nritya. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, Chapter 5, Text 142. Krishna is the original master or husband of everyone and all other living entities. Having taken the form of so-called husbands or wives, are dancing according to his desire. A so-called husband may unite with his wife for sense gratification, but his senses are conducted by Rishikesh, the master of the senses, who is therefore the actual husband. Text 20. Savai patisyad akuto bayasvayam samantata pati bhayaturam janam sa eka eve tarata mito bhayam naivatma labhad adi manyate param. He alone, who is never afraid, but who, on the contrary, gives complete shelter to all fearful persons, can actually become a husband and protector. Therefore, my Lord, you are the only husband, and no one else can claim this position. If you were not the only husband, you would be afraid of others. Therefore, persons learned in all Vedic literature accept only your lordship as everyone's master, and they think no one else a better husband and protector than you. Purport. Here the meaning of husband or guardian is clearly explained. People want to become a husband, a guardian, a governor, or a political leader without knowing the actual meaning of such a superior position. There are many people all over the world, indeed throughout the universe, who claim for some time that they are husbands, political leaders, or guardians. But in due course of time, the Supreme Lord desires their removal from their posts, and their careers are immediately finished. Therefore, those who are actually learned and advanced in spiritual life do not accept any leader, husband, or maintainer other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Krishna personally states in Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami masucha, or mokshasyami. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Krishna is not afraid of anyone. On the contrary, everyone is afraid of Krishna. Therefore, he can actually give protection to a subordinate living entity. Since so-called leaders or dictators are completely under the control of material nature, they can never give complete protection to others, although they claim this ability due to false prestige. Nate vidhu svarta gatim hi vishnum. Bhagavatam 7.5.31. People do not know that real advancement in life consists of accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead as one's master, instead of deceiving themselves and others by pretending to be all-powerful. All political leaders, husbands, and guardians should spread the Krishna consciousness movement so that everyone can learn how to surrender to Krishna, the Supreme Husband. And thus ends our reading for today. We will continue from text 21 on Wednesday. Before we finish, are there any points for discussion? No. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Srila Bhakti Prapanatirtha Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Our glories
Jai.
to the assembled devotees, our glories to the worldwide devotees. Sama Bhaktiveda Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ju Ki Jai,
Jai.
Gangamai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai,
Jai.
Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai,
Jai.
Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai,
Jai.
Shyam Kund Radha Kund Ki Jai,
Jai.
Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Vrinda Devi Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Scientific Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai,
Jai.
Princeton Bhaktivedanta Institute Ki Jai, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat Ki Jai,
Jai.
Jai Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai,
Jai.
Jai Gaur Premanandi, Hari 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 Bo, Jai Shri
Haribo.
Radharānī Devi Dasi Ki Jai,
Jai Krishna Keshava Das Brahmachari. Ki Jai.
Hari Krishna.
Hare Krishna.